Okay, this isn't going to be structured like a typical video on here because I'm genuinely mad this time. This has been a situation I have had to see unraveled that seems to have absolutely gotten way too out of hand. And seeing people that I've been very friendly with in the past be attacked like this has been an incredibly disheartening thing to see over things that I truly believe to have been very solvable. So, if you don't know, there has been a lot of drama that has been surrounding the Roblox game Pressure as of late. If you've clicked on this video, I'm sure that you know what Pressure is. I made a whole video going over it a month ago, so if you want to know what the game actually is, you can go watch that. This is meant to be a recap for people who are already in the community to know what's going on if you don't use Twitter or anything like that, and just for me to give my own personal thoughts on everything that's going on. So, you know, if that interests you, you could hit subscribe. I do this semi-frequently, so if you like commentary videos like this upon the background, then this is your place. But anyways, I don't really want to waste that much time getting into this one. I don't want to beat around the bush or anything like that, so let's just get straight into what the topic is. Any of you familiar with the concept of self-shipping? You know, where you say that you're romantically involved with a fictional character or marry yourself to them or stuff like that. It seems harmless on the surface, and for the most part, it is genuinely harmless. I know a lot of people personally who like self-shipping. I think that there's no problem with it. I think it's kind of funny, but a lot of the people that I know who do it are very self-aware about it, and I don't see a problem with that. But like everything, there is a level of moderation and care that you need to put in if you are going to do stuff like this on the internet. And you need to acknowledge that sometimes people are going to have boundaries regarding their own creations that you do need to respect. But that does not seem to be the case in the Pressure fandom at all, it seems. So this was the first controversy that I saw outlined against the Pressure devs, and this is a controversy that has actually been brewing for a really long time, if you can believe it. Not regarding the person that kickstarted this entire thing, but just more a feud that the Pressure community has had with the devs for a really long time now. And I do acknowledge that this isn't the only problem that has been levied towards the devs, and although I think there are some valid criticisms that you could throw their way, it's not nearly as deserved as some people are making it out to be. But if I did have to point to anything that is like the 0 point of this entire controversy, it's definitely the whole self-shipping debacle. So this entire thing seemed to have been kickstarted on the 30th of November, so just only a few days ago, by a Twitter user that I'm not going to be naming in this video because despite this snowballing into such a massive controversy, I don't want this person to be attacked in any way. This video isn't meant to be a witch hunt targeting one specific person in particular. This is more just a criticism that I have with the entire community and how they're handling this. So the original poster of this I see as completely irrelevant. If you do enough digging, you'll absolutely find it. The post has like 6,000 likes, but I'm not going to spearhead any more attention to this person. If you decide to seek it out yourself, I expect you to be respectful, and if you aren't, I do not claim you, and I don't want you watching my videos. I won't be going over the full call out here, but the crux of it seems to mainly be just calling out the Discord server of being a very toxic place. But a main thing that a whole bunch of people were focused on was mainly just the whole Sebastian self-shipping debacle. And if you don't know what that entire thing is about, I guess I do need to kind of give a little bit of a rundown about that really quickly. Essentially, the original creator of Sebastian, Zurum, has boundaries, and that's literally it. And the official Pressure Discord server, you're not allowed to post your own self-ship art or drawings of Sebastian in a dress or any risque clothing, because Zurum personally doesn't like it, and it's her character. Which I think is completely okay, personally. It's not like they've even downright banned self-shipping or drawing Sebastian in these ways. They just don't want it in their own personal place. I feel like if this was any community outside of the Roblox community, this would have been a perfectly acceptable rule. And I feel like there shouldn't have been any controversy around people following this at all. In the original post made by the person that called this out, they were talking about people who do take this rule very seriously, like way too seriously, and seem to have borderline harassed them in their own comment sections about the marital status of a fictional character, which in my opinion is equally as loser of behavior. You don't need to white knight or defend defend Zurum in every post of somebody gushing over Sebastian Solis. Literally, the entire thing that's ever asked is just don't post that content in their Discord server. This entire thing is so fucking stupid, dude. I'm sorry. This side of the controversy, I can't take seriously. I think it's bad that people are being harassed, but the general, like, concept of all of this is, like, absurd to me. I'm sorry. So that is one side of this entire debacle. It's just, like, self-shippers and other people who are defending Zeal just arguing with each other. But it does seem to make a very small portion of the actual damning accusations that are being made against the Pressure devs. But that's all the attention that I want to put on that specific side of everything for now. The other side mainly has to do with the Discord server and everything that's going on there, which is still tangentially related to the whole self-shipping thing, but more like homophobia accusations, I guess. Essentially, some users of the Pressure Discord server have been accused of saying homophobic things or just being generally mean to other users, with moderation not doing anything about it. I have yet to see any screenshots of this, and I did look pretty hard, but I haven't found anything, so I don't even really know how true this accusation is. Zeal himself responded by saying that they can't browse chats 24/7, but things like these are clearly against the rules in the server, so I don't think that they're intentionally letting this stuff slide. And to believe that they're doing that when they have such a big community of people, I think is just a very ignorant thing to think. The most damning thing that Zeal and some of the people on the team seem to have done was make fun of a really long message of somebody leaving, which you can argue is an unprofessional thing to do, and it seems Zeal himself would agree with you. There were a whole bunch of other things that they're being called out for, like jokes supposedly being taken out of context and stuff like that. Gianni Matrigano, the voice of Sebastian Solis, I think actually made a really good response to all of this. Not fully invalidating all the things that the Pressure devs have done, but also just helping people acknowledge that these people are just young developers who were hoisted into insane popularity. They're gonna make mistakes. I think having a public Discord in general is kind of a mistake. I haven't been able to see absolutely everything that has transpired from this entire controversy, but after reviewing everything that I have seen, I need to say that I don't think that any of this is cancel-worthy at all. And the fact that so many people have been harassing Zeal, Zurum, Ren, and so many other people on this team is absolutely disheartening to see, and ultimately seem to have accumulated and bottled up to a really irrational decision on Zeal's part. Now, time to talk about the thing that made me want to make this video. At the time of recording this, Zeal, the lead developer and director of Pressure, is looking to sell the property to anybody who is willing to buy it. Supposedly because of all of the harassment that has been levied towards this dev and this community, over accusations that I still sincerely do not believe warrant this response. You can criticize Zeal here for making a huge overcorrection or overreaction just out of simply being criticized. It's a sentiment that I've been seeing a lot of people parrot as this information came out, but I do think there is a lot more nuance here. Why in the world would somebody want to work on a passion project such as this if their own community hates them so much? You can only bite the hand that feeds so many times before you get a reaction like this out of somebody. And although I really hope that Zeal is able to still continue this project in the way that he wants to, a response like this is just something that I believe was coming from a mile away if you continue levying harassment towards somebody like this so heavily. Right now, there hasn't really seemed to have been a verdict on any of this for the time being. It seems that Raddube and Zurum are fighting back against this claim that Pressure is for sale as of right now. Some of those posts about it only being about like 5 minutes old at the time of voicing all of this out. And it seems that Zeal is starting to do a little bit better and coming down from that. So, breaking news, supposedly, I guess, Pressure is not actually going to be sold. Whether or not it's going to continue being worked on is still left up in the air. If I had to assume, probably. So, I'm hoping by the end of the night we'll have a more positive verdict about this entire situation. It just really sucks that somebody's own community would drive them to seemingly spiral like this. And it's just a very slippery slope when you have a creation that you're this passionate about get so much attention and so much popularity seemingly overnight? Do I think that Zeal and some of the devs and Discord mods are completely innocent angels? No, of course not. I think that there are definitely mistakes here that were made and some things that were not handled professionally. But the community reaction to all of these things is just something so fucking abysmal, dude. I think I speak for the majority of people when I say it's not that serious. I think a lot of the people who are involved spearheading this need to go outside and touch some grass. Zeal, Zurum, anybody else who is on this team, hope you guys are doing alright. The Roblox community is a very volatile place, it seems, and I hope that this drama is something that'll just blow over in due time. Hopefully, this will be taken as nothing more than just a learning experience, and pressure can continue development in the future. I care a lot about this project. It's something that I've been super invested in for a really long time now, and I don't want to see some bad apples that are in this community bring down the entire infrastructure of what Zeal and everybody else has been able to build. Again, that is just my personal opinion and ramblings that I've been able to come up with after skimming through this entire controversy. If you believe that I missed anything, you're more than welcome to tell me in the comments. I just ask for any of you who are deciding to discuss this to just please be respectful towards one another. It's a very nuanced situation, and I don't want to deny that. But at my bottom line, I personally believe that the developers need to be defended during all of this. Harassment is never acceptable on either side. Young people are going to make mistakes. And most importantly, if you're a Roblox player, please just go outside for once in a while. I am begging you, genuinely. Okay, that's really all I wanted to say about this for now. Maybe I'll do a little bit more research on my own time and make a video that's more in-depth about this one day, but I don't know. I don't think anything more is going to really come out about this. But that's really all I do want to say right now. So, I've been Dargs, and until next time, I don't know, this image is going to unite the entire community together.